What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Bee Gees. And indeed, we're back with the next step in the Bee Gees journey. I'd like to give a big shout out to those who have already shared Bee Gees with us on this journey, which is to say Adam and Kim and Amy. And now we're up to the album that Lisa sent us, which is Size Isn't Everything. Very much looking forward to this. It is from '93, so we're jumping forward almost a full 2 decades in time. Though this is a 2022 reissue for the Japanese market. But yeah, ultimately, very excited to go through this. Apparently I left the disc in my music computer. Nevertheless, yeah, the first tune is called Paying the Price of Love. It sounds like, you know, what happens to almost everybody over a long enough timeline. With heavy emotions, with intense relationships with other people, you know, on a long enough timeline, things don't always work out, and sometimes disagreements arise, or breaking points are reached, or sometimes there's just constant conflict, so even though there might be very passionate and loving feelings, they are offset by another part of the dynamic. So it feels like the more negative side, or the darker underbelly of romantic love and that type of relationship, which is to say heartbreak and anguish and maybe jealousy and you know, internal bitterness, feelings that are left unexpressed because maybe someone knows that the relationship can't always take these stresses and pressures, so they bury how they're feeling, but that leads to a gap between what the relationship is supposed to be and what the actual communication and emotional reciprocation is. So like I said, it sounds like someone who played the game of love. Maybe it worked for a while, maybe it didn't work at all, but either way, they paid the price because now they don't have anything, or at least, and in fact, maybe not just they don't have anything, they have worse than nothing. They have, you know, a broken heart, they have a, you know, a difficult person or experience to get past, and maybe they can't get past it. So yeah, it sounds like someone who's played the game of love and lost. Let's find out what it really is. This is Bee Gees from their Size Isn't Everything album, 1993, though once again this is a 2022 reissue, and the track is called Paying the Price of Love. Sort of like a R&B groove to it, with these big kind of synth layers. But you're the only drug I crave. Inability to get past the emotion. letting it fly vocally. Feels like we could get a spoken part right here. I do like those key chords.
The start of my end over you. If you make for someone who'll never be free, now is all there will ever be. Paying the price of love, my heart in my hands over you. And the battle is just not fair.
Nice start. When they start overlapping each other vocally, it's like this vocal fabric. Yeah, definitely I can feel the late 80s, early 90s feel that has that, again, sort of percussive R&B groove to it, but still, you know, lots of vocal moments that speak to things I've heard before. I apologize, it's still fading, and it's funny because I often say, like, if you are gonna do a fade, make it more gradual, don't just drop off a cliff. But that one, like, really, like, kept going. So yeah, cool opener. Definitely, you know, you can feel that it's a different era than their, you know, stuff from the 60s or stuff from the 70s. So, and again, it's a testament to the fact that, you know, multiple decades later, they're still, you know, wowing people with their vocals. They're still keeping up with the musical times and, you know, shifting and trying new things. So again, I enjoy groups that have variety in their catalog, especially those who exist over a long time span. So yeah, looking forward to the rest of the album. Once more, big shout out to Lisa. Looking forward to this. And the next one, when we come back, will be, it's something of life. It's like Kiss of Life. It's like really small print on the back, but yeah, Kiss of Life. So we'll look forward to that one. Once more, shout out to the guys. Looking forward to hearing more of Bee Gees in a more recent time period. Although again, we did start with Timeless, where we were jumping all over the place. But you know, since then we've been back in the '60s and then into the early '70s, and then now jumping ahead a couple decades. So basically, looking forward to all Bee Gees. But you know, sort of framing this one now as okay. So now we're in the '90s, and you know, by this time, I'm alive and I'm listening to music that, you know, in some sense reminds me of that in the late '80s and early '90s. So this will be an interesting journey, just, you know, based on my own subjective age and, you know, temporal references. So